Hi everyone, you're watching Tamit Saleh's Tennis Forum, and in this video we are going to get a live rankings update. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel and let's try and get to 50 thumbs up for this video. I think that'd be great. Now, as you know, we're coming off the back of Novak Djokovic winning the Australian Open for a record 9th time. And of course his 18th Grand Slam, and the Grand Slam race is really heating up now. 18 plays 20 plays 20. It's just, I think the next 2 years it's just going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a bit like cat and mouse rat race between the big three, and you know, we're lucky to be in this era of tennis, witnessing it live. Now for me, this is the only era of tennis I've watched. I was too young for the days of Sampras and Agassi and Bjorn Borg and John McEnroe and, you know, all of these players. I did not watch them live. This is the only era I've known, and what I'm worried is how tennis is going to be after the big three retire. I do think they are playing at this level because of the others, or the other members of the big three. So yeah, please, let's just try keep it respectful and just enjoy it while you can. There's a great saying, I actually saw it in the office. It was, if only you knew you were in the good days during the good days. Because a lot of times we live in the present, but we're always looking at the future, and then we realize when that time comes, we look back and we're like, you know what, those were the good old days. And you know, we're going to think of that when it comes to thinking of the big three, as Medvedev has said, the cyborgs of tennis. So you know, let's enjoy them while they are still active. You can have your favorites, that is completely normal, but I think it's good to be fair and you know, respectful of the others, because let's be honest, whichever member of the big three you support, the only reason they're such an elite player is because of the other two being there. If they were the only one and you know, there was no other, let's say, great player, then their legacy wouldn't be as great as it is now. Three guys dominating the scene is just incredible. But yeah, this is the live rankings update. As you know, Novak Djokovic came into the tournament as number one with the protected ranking. He was never going to lose that number one, nor could he have gained any points. So he remains on 12,030 points. Rafa Nadal stays in second place on 9,850. He couldn't improve his quarterfinal from last year. The new world number 3 career high ranking, Daniil Medvedev, he's leapfrogged Dominic Thiem. He is now on 9,735, so only 115 points behind Rafa. He actually could have become the first man to become world number 2 other than Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, Rafa Nadal, Andy Murray in the last 16 years. 16 years. There's only been 4 players that have got as high as number 2, and Medvedev could have done that with a win. As you know, one-sided, was never really close to winning the match at all. So yeah, he's now the world number 3. Dominic Thiem, world number 4. He's gone down the ranking, 9,125. Of course, he had a finals appearance last year, could not emulate that this year. Roger Federer stays in 5th. He's on 6,630, and he should be back with us very soon. Stefanos Tsitsipas, the world number 6, on 6,595. Sasha Zverev, world number 7, and Andrei Rublev, world number 8. And you know, there is actually quite a big gap between Rublev and Schwartzman, who's currently world number 9. There's over 1,000 points between the pair, so that top 8 could very well be the end of year World Tour Finals top 8 qualificants. That's not, I don't know what that word is made, but yeah, these are players that could probably qualify for that tournament. So yeah, that is the top 8. We have, of course, Karatsev, who's not only broken into the top 100 but also in the top 50. I believe he's somewhere in the 40s, so amazing tournament for Aslan Karatsev. But yeah, these are your top 8 players in the world right now. One big record that is coming up very, very soon on March the 8th, Novak Djokovic will overtake Roger Federer for the most weeks at world number 1. Roger Federer had that record at 310. A lot of people, including myself, I didn't think that record would get beaten anytime soon. Especially not by anyone like right now, because even if you look a couple of years ago, he had a huge lead on any live players. But yeah, Novak Djokovic is confirmed to break that record. It's one of the big records, and a record that Novak himself has been saying that these are the 2 records he really wants. It's the Grand Slams and the most weeks at number 1. And he has said, and this is quite ominous, that now that he has that weeks at number 1 record, his focus is now solely on Grand Slams. He won't he'll schedule himself to peak in those tournaments, which means he probably won't play as much tennis as he currently is, because he has said himself that if you want that #1 ranking, you need to play a certain amount of tournaments and do well and go deep in all those tournaments. He doesn't need that now, so that pressure is gone now. It's now just Grand Slams for him, and that is very, very ominous. I think he's already confirmed at least 320 weeks at #1. How far can he go? That's a question for you guys. How far or how many weeks can Novak Djokovic accumulate as world #1? I would go out on a limb and say 350 is very doable, which is crazy. Potentially even 400 weeks. You never know. Especially if Novak wins Wimbledon this year and a couple of Masters, you'd think that's pretty much the rank 1 sorted for this year. And then next year, he'll go into the Australian Open as a big favourite. And, you know, it could get silly, some of the numbers being achieved. So, yeah, that is Novak Djokovic. Rafa Nadal, he's going to have his beloved clay court season. Of course, he can't gain anything in Rome or the French Open. I need to look at some of the other tournaments, what he can gain. But yeah, Medvedev could be the biggest threat to Novak's #1 at this point. Only because he's not got a lot to defend. In Roland Garros, I think he's not even won a first round match for the last 4 years. So, you know, definitely big potential of points to be gained at Roland Garros for Medvedev and the clay season and then Wimbledon as well. Because as you know, Novak can't gain any points in Wimbledon because of he's defending a win from a couple of years ago now. Rafa's defending a semi-final and a win in Roland Garros. Novak's defending a runner-up in Roland Garros. So Medvedev does have that chance. So a second question for you guys. Is Medvedev now the likeliest player to overtake or take that #1 from Novak? Who will be the next #1 player? Will it be Rafa? Will it be Medvedev? Will it be Thiem? Or, you know, anyone else would be a bit surprising, but, you know, who else? Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, this is the live world rankings off the back of the Australian Open. I hope you guys enjoyed the Australian Open as much as I did. It was a intriguing watch, a lot of drama, a lot of, you know, it was, as Novak says, an emotional roller coaster. We are now entering there should be Miami and Dubai and Rotterdam and all that, but then the clay court season really begins. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be. I hope you enjoyed the last couple of content on my channel. Really thank you for all the kind words you've been leaving me. It really does mean a lot, and I really do appreciate it. Let me know what else you want to see on the channel. Please leave your comments below, and I will wrap it up here. Once again, big congrats to Novak for a record 9th Australian Open title and 18 Grand Slams. It's gonna get very, very spicy between the big 3 in the Grand Slam race. Thank you very much, and see you guys next time.